You are being hunted, not by a predator in the wild, but by minds. Look around you. Why do you feel guilty when you say no? Why do you doubt your own memory after an argument? Why do you feel addicted to someone who hurts you? This is not an accident. This is design. We live in an era of psychological warfare. From the boardroom to the bedroom, manipulators use invisible scripts to bypass your logic and hijack your emotions. They target your shadow, your insecurities, your need for validation, your fear of abandonment. They pull the strings, and you dance. Most people live their entire lives as puppets. They react. They explain. They beg. They apologize. They are slaves to external validation. But the Stoics, they were different. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire filled with traitors. Seneca advised a tyrant emperor. They survived not by fighting dirty, but by building an inner fortress so strong that no manipulation could breach the walls. Today, we are going to expose the enemy's playbook. We will decode the 7 most dangerous dark psychology tricks used to control you. And for each trick, I will give you the Stoic defense protocol, the exact mental framework to cut the strings and reclaim your sovereignty. Welcome to the Iron Protocol. Trick number 1, gaslighting. This is the most insidious weapon in the dark arsenal. It is the slow, methodical murder of your reality. Imagine a sculptor chipping away at a stone. The manipulator chips away at your perception until you no longer trust your own eyes. They say things like, "That never happened. You are too sensitive. You are imagining things." Even when you have proof, they deny it with such absolute confidence that you begin to question your own sanity. Why does this work? Because human beings are social creatures. We rely on others to verify our reality. When someone you trust consistently denies the truth, your brain enters a state of cognitive dissonance. To resolve the pain, you surrender. You accept their reality to keep the peace. You become a hollow shell, waiting for them to tell you what is real. The mechanism: gaslighting attacks your self-trust. Once self-trust is broken, you are completely dependent on the manipulator for guidance. You are a ship without a compass, and they are the only lighthouse. The Stoic defense, the objective lens. How does a Stoic defend against a reality thief? By strictly separating fact from opinion. Epictetus taught us it is not events that disturb people, but their judgments concerning them. When a gaslighter denies reality, do not argue. Do not try to convince them. The moment you try to convince them, you are admitting that their validation matters. Instead, activate the objective lens. Marcus Aurelius practiced seeing things exactly as they are, stripped of emotion. If you saw the text message, you saw it. Fact. If they screamed at you, they screamed. Fact. Their denial is simply sound waves moving through the air. It is not truth. The protocol. Here is your defense maneuver. Step 1. The gray rock. When they deny reality, show zero emotion. Do not get angry. Do not cry. Become as uninteresting and solid as a rock. Step 2. The internal audit. Keep a journal. Write down events exactly as they happened immediately after they occur. This is your evidence locker. Step 3. The phrase. When they lie, look them in the eye and say calmly, "I hear that is your version of events. I remember it differently." Then, stop talking. Silence is the loudest sound in the universe. Let their lie hang in the air. Do not engage. You know the truth. That is enough. Trick number 2. Love bombing. If gaslighting is the erosion of reality, love bombing is the invasion of your chemical defenses. It is the Trojan horse of relationships. When you first meet a manipulator, they don't show you their darkness. They show you perfection, excessive praise, constant attention, grand, romantic gestures. They tell you that you are their soulmate after 2 weeks. They text you morning, noon, and night. You feel seen. You feel special. You feel... That is exactly the point. They are flooding your brain with dopamine and oxytocin. They are manufacturing an addiction. Once you are hooked on their validation, they pull away. The devaluation phase begins, and like a drug addict, you will do anything, tolerate any abuse, just to get that first high back. The mechanism. Love bombing weaponizes the human need for connection. It short-circuits your logic centers by overwhelming them with positive emotion. Speed is their weapon. They move too fast for you to think. The Stoic defense, the fortress of temperance. Seneca warned us, pleasure, when it goes beyond its limit, becomes a punishment. A Stoic does not fear love, but a Stoic is suspicious of excess. In the ancient world, leaders were wary of flattery. They knew that he who praises you too loudly usually wants to control you. You must train yourself to see excessive, unearned praise not as a gift, but as a red flag. Real connection is built brick by brick, over years. Illusion is built in an instant. The protocol. Step 1. The timeline test. If someone is pushing for intimacy, moving in, marriage talk. Soulmate labels. Within weeks. Engage the brakes. Tell yourself, I do not know this person. I know the mask they are wearing. Step 2. The flattery filter. When they shower you with compliments, do not let it enter your heart. Marcus Aurelius visualized compliments as mere sounds, clapping hands or clicking tongues. Do not attach your self-worth to their praise. If you need their praise to feel good, you will fear their silence. Step 3. The slow down. Force them to wait. A manipulator hates boundaries and hates waiting. Say, I want to take this slow. If they respect you, they will wait. If they are love-bombing you, they will get angry or double down on the pressure. That reaction tells you everything you need to know. Trick number 3. The guilt trip. This is how they turn your own conscience against you. The manipulator knows you are a good person. They know you value empathy. So, they hijack your goodness. They say, after all I did for you, this is how you treat me? Or the silent sigh. The look of disappointment. The martyr act. I guess I'll just do it myself since nobody cares. They create a false debt. They make you feel that asserting your boundaries is an act of betrayal. They force you to choose between your freedom and your identity as a good person. Most people choose to be good slaves rather than bad free men. The mechanism. Guilt tripping relies on externalized morality. You are letting them define what is right and wrong. You are letting them be the judge of your character. The Stoic defense. Internal justice. The Stoics believe deeply in justice, dikaiosune. But Stoic justice is internal. It is doing the right thing because it aligns with your values, not because someone is pressuring you. You are not responsible for other people's emotions. Read that again. Epictetus taught us that we are only responsible for our own reasoned choices. If you have acted with integrity, and they are still unhappy, that is their burden, not yours. Do not set yourself on fire to keep others warm. The protocol. Step 1. The responsibility audit. When you feel the pang of guilt, stop. Ask yourself, did I actually commit a wrong? Or did I just fail to obey a command? If you broke a promise, apologize and fix it. That is Stoic duty. But if you simply said no to a request, you have done nothing wrong. No is a complete sentence. Step 2. Return the burden. When they play the martyr, do not pick up the load. If they say, I'm so lonely because you never visit, do not apologize instantly. Instead, validate without accepting guilt. I understand you feel lonely. That must be hard. I can visit next Tuesday, but not today. Step 3. The transaction check. Beware of gifts with strings attached. Seneca advised that we should be careful from whom we receive benefits. If someone's kindness always comes with a bill of emotional debt later, stop accepting their kindness. It is not a gift. It is a loan shark's trap. Trick number 4. Intermittent reinforcement. This is not just a trick. This is the biological code for addiction. Why do people lose their life savings at a casino? Because they don't win every time. And they don't lose every time. They win unpredictably. A manipulator plays you like a slot machine. If they were abusive 100% of the time, you would leave. If they were kind 100% of the time, you would get bored. So they mix it up. Monday, they treat you like royalty. Tuesday, they ignore your texts. Wednesday, they scream at you. Thursday, they buy you a gift. You never know which version of them you will get. This unpredictability spikes your dopamine levels higher than constant pleasure ever could. You live in a state of high-alert anxiety, constantly scanning for clues, waiting for the nice version to return. You are not in a relationship. You are a lab rat in a cage, pressing a lever, hoping for a pellet of food, the mechanism. This exploits the brain's reward prediction error. When a reward is uncertain, the brain releases maximum dopamine in anticipation. It is the chemical driver of obsession. The abuse creates the pain. The kindness creates the relief. They become both the poison and the cure. The Stoic defense. Stability of will. Seneca asked, what is the definition of freedom? To be a slave to nothing, to no necessity, to no accident, to no fortune.
I fold.
A Stoic does not gamble with their peace of mind. You must realize that their kindness is not real kindness. It is just bait. The nice days are not the real them. The nice days are simply part of the trap designed to keep you in the bad days. Stability is the enemy of addiction. A Stoic values consistency over intensity. The protocol. Step 1. The pattern recognition. Stop looking at the moments. Start looking at the trend. Imagine a stock chart. If the stock crashes 90% of the time but spikes once, it is a bad investment. Do not invest your soul in a volatile asset. Step 2. Remove the reward. When they finally give you the crumb of kindness after a period of abuse, do not celebrate. Do not feel relieved. See it for what it is, manipulation. Reject the reward. When they try to be nice after being cruel, do not smile. Stay cold. Break the cycle by refusing to eat the pellet. Step 3. The casino exit. You cannot beat the house. The longer you play, the more you lose. The only way to win this game is to walk out of the casino. Cut contact. No closure talk. No last explanation. Just silence. Trick number 5. Triangulation. A confident manipulator never wants you to feel secure. Security breeds independence. Insecurity breeds dependence. So, they bring in a third player. This third person can be real, an ex-lover, a co-worker, a friend they talk about too much. Or it can be imaginary, a standard of perfection they compare you to. They say, my ex never complained about this. Why can't you be more ambitious like Name? Everyone else thinks I'm right. You are the only one who disagrees. They create a triangle. You, them, and the rival. Suddenly, you are competing for their attention. You work harder. You try to prove your worth. You view the third person as the enemy, when in reality, the person orchestrating the competition is the enemy. The mechanism. Triangulation triggers resource guarding and social comparison. It activates the primitive fear of being replaced or exiled from the tribe. It turns your focus outward toward the rival, distracting you from the manipulator's toxic behavior. The Stoic defense, the empty field. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "How much time he gains who does not look to see what his neighbor says or does or thinks, but only at what he does himself." Comparison is the thief of joy, but for a Stoic, comparison is irrelevant. You have your own standards. You have your own inner citadel. If someone tries to compare you to another, they are admitting that they do not value you. They value a generic commodity that can be swapped. A Stoic refuses to compete for affection. The moment you have to compete for a spot in someone's life, that spot is no longer worth having. The protocol. Step 1. Refuse the competition. When they mention the ex or the rival, do not take the bait. Do not ask questions. Do not get jealous. React with total indifference. Shrug your shoulders. Say, "It sounds like they were great. Maybe you should be with them." Watch their face when you say that. You just destroyed their leverage. Step 2. Call out the tactic. Shine a light on the game. Ask calmly, "Why are you telling me this? Are you trying to make me jealous?" Manipulators hate being seen. When you name the tactic, it loses its power. Step 3. The walk away. If they persist in comparing you, remove yourself from the equation. I am not interested in a contest. Leave the triangle. Let them have the other person. You have something more valuable. Your dignity. Trick number 6. The silent treatment. Stonewalling. Ghosting. The cold shoulder. This is not needing space. This is active aggression disguised as passivity. When you try to resolve a conflict, they shut down. They walk out. They pretend you do not exist. Why is this so painful? Because to the primitive human brain, silence equals exile. And in ancient times, exile meant death. They are hacking your survival instinct. They want you to panic. They want you to chase them. Apologize for things you didn't do, just to end the terrifying silence. They are training you like a dog. If you speak up, I will withdraw my love. The mechanism. Neuroscience shows that being ignored activates the anterior cingulate cortex, the same part of the brain that registers physical pain. They are physically hurting you without laying a finger on you. It is a power play to regain control when they feel they are losing an argument. The Stoic defense. Autarky. Self-sufficiency. The Stoic is an island. Marcus Aurelius practiced being content within his own mind. If someone stops talking to you, they have not harmed you. They have simply given you quiet. Do not view their silence as a punishment. View it as a gift. They have given you time to think, time to read, time to build your fortress. Never beg for a voice that does not want to speak to you. The protocol. Step 1. The mirror of silence. When they go silent, do not chase. Do not text. Do not call. Match their energy. If they give you silence, give them silence back. But yours is different. Theirs is anxious. Yours is peaceful. Step 2. Occupy the void. Use the time they are ignoring you to improve yourself. Go to the gym. Work on your business. Read philosophy. Show them that your life functions perfectly fine without their input. Step 3. The boundary. When they finally decide to come back, and they will, once they see you aren't chasing, do not let them slide back in as if nothing happened. State calmly, "I am happy to discuss this like adults." But if you walk out again, the conversation is over permanently. Trick number 7. Projection. This is the final defense of a weak mind. The manipulator accuses you of the exact things they are doing. If they are cheating, they accuse you of being unfaithful. If they are lying, they call you a liar. If they are selfish, they call you a narcissist. They take their own shadow, their shame, their sins, their darkness, and they vomit it onto you. They use you as a trash can for their own conscience. This is dangerous because if you listen long enough, you will accept their projection. You will start believing you are the monster. The mechanism. Carl Jung called this the shadow self. The ego cannot accept its own flaws, so it displaces them onto an external target to preserve its self-image. It is a confession disguised as an accusation. The Stoic defense, know thyself. You must know exactly who you are. Seneca said, if a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable. If you do not know your own character, you will believe their lies. But if you have audited your soul, if you have faced your own shadow, their accusations will bounce off you like arrows hitting a stone wall. You know you are loyal, so their accusation of cheating is laughable. You know you are honest, so their accusation of lying is absurd. The protocol. Step 1. The translation. When they accuse you of something bizarre and untrue, translate it immediately. You are a liar translates to, I am lying and I am afraid of being caught. View their accusations as a confession of their own guilt. Step 2. Do not defend. J. A. D. E. Do not justify, argue, defend, or explain. If you defend yourself against a false accusation, you validate it. Step 3. The return to sender. Simply say, that is an interesting perspective. Or, I am comfortable with who I am. Refuse to accept the package. Leave the trash in their hands. Conclusion. Gaslighting. Love bombing. Guilt tripping. Intermittent reinforcement. Triangulation. Silent treatment. Projection. These are the chains. But chains only hold a man who agrees to be a prisoner. Stoicism is not about suppressing your emotions. It is about sovereignty. It is the absolute refusal to let an outside force dictate your internal state. You have the codes now. You see the game. The next time they try to pull a string, do not dance. Stand still. Look at the string and cut it. My friends, being manipulated is not your fault, but remaining manipulated once you know the truth, that is your responsibility. The greatest power a human possesses is not power over others. It is mastery over oneself, if you are ready to reclaim control. Comment, I master myself down below. I will see you on the other side of the darkness. Stay stoic. Stay strong.